The truth is, building wealth in Singapore is totally possible if you follow these 5 steps. It is not about complicated strategies, and in fact, I think the simpler the strategy, the better it is. And if you follow these, you will already be on the right track. For those new to the channel, my name is Vincent, and I became a millionaire at the age of 34 excluding properties. And I share tips on finance, which works for me, and I hope it will be useful for you too. So let's dive into the 5 steps. The first step is to focus on income. So in my previous video, I mentioned that the median salary in Singapore is around $5,500. So using this as a benchmark, you have to see, is your income right now at this level? If it is not, it is something to work towards too. Because with a higher income, definitely you can save and invest more. If you are an employee, what you can do is to try to look up for jobs that pays better, not staying too long in a single company, because usually staying in the same company will not yield you that much increment throughout the years. And switching job generally allow people to have a 20% jump in income. So imagine staying in the same job, it will take more than 6 years to hit a 20% increment. However, every 2 or 3 years, if you switch to a new role, if there's a 20% increment, that will be a huge bump in your income. And it also helps if you are actively seeking for a promotion, getting to know what are the requirements for you to step up to a new role, and generally, higher responsibility also leads to a higher income. Hence, a promotion will definitely be helpful too. So continuing with your upgrading of skills and seeking for better job opportunities, don't be surprised that you will end up with more than 5 figures worth of income every single month, as long as you are paying attention and focusing your energy on increasing your income. The second step, once you mastered income, the next thing is to invest your money. Generally, a lot of self-help books on finance will tell you to save at least 10% of your income. But if you want to be rich, I would tell you to aim for 30% of your income. This is definitely a doable number. If you have some unnecessary expenses, try to cut it out and aim for this figure. Of course, this is not a hard and fast rule, but generally if you are in the FIRE space, which stands for Financial Independence Retire Early, you will notice that there are people in this world that are saving 50, 60 or 70% of their income. And to strike a balance here, I think 30% of the income is generally good enough. This will already allow you to build up wealth fast. So work on managing your expenses, set 30% of your income as a target, and start to see your money grow. The third step is to always remember, make your money work. On top of investing 30% of your income, I noticed that generally in Asia, most people don't really invest their money, and they will have a lot of money in their savings account. I have been in the financial advisory line for more than 12 years, and this is the same trend that I've seen in majority of all the people. Asians hoard cash rather than invest it, and they are okay with the 1%, 2% savings rate. So I want to share with you this concept. You have to think of money as your employee. So imagine you're running a business. Are you okay to let your employees slack and say, out of 10 points, they say every single year they will only deliver 2 points out of the 10. If you are doing your appraisal on their performance, how would you appraise them? You wouldn't appraise them at a very high score, because what they are doing is they are not working hard enough for you. It is the same thing for your money. So the more employees you have, the more employees you have to put them to work. So how to ensure that your money is being put to work? Just ensure that you have 6 to 9 months of your expenses kept aside as emergency fund. The rest of the funds, ensure that 50% of them are invested. As long as you stick to this foundation of making your money work, ensuring 50% of your liquid funds are being invested, you are making sure that you are making your money work as hard as possible. And when your money work hard, you become rich faster. The fourth step, insurance. This is a topic that many don't really touch on this. But if you want to build wealth, you have to understand risk management. Can you imagine you are trying to build wealth and you have set up 200,000, 300,000 worth of cash, and you do not have any insurance? Suddenly you have the need to be admitted to the hospital, and the hospital bill costs you 50,000. How long does it take for you to save and invest the 50,000? Risk management is crucial here, because insurance, for just a small percentage of your income, you can get rid of all these risks. So if you're based in Singapore, a few key things that you need to take note: your hospitalization insurance, to ensure that all hospital expenses are being taken care of. Second thing, death coverage. If you have a family and you want to care for them in a scenario, let's say if you are gone, based on what MAS have shared with us, 9 times of your income for coverage will be a good amount to have. And if you fall sick and you can't work and you have to take a sabbatical of 1 to 2 years to recover, you need a lump sum coming from somewhere. and that is your critical illness insurance, which based on the MAS financial planning guide, at least 4 times of your income. Once you got all this settled, your foundation for building wealth right now is looking strong because you do not have a question marks and unwanted risk in your equation. And the last step, the fifth step, keep on increasing your financial knowledge. In my previous calculation, I show that just investing 1,300 plus per month for 20 years at 10% per annum will make your money grow to $1 million after 20 years. But imagine this, what if you can generate 20%? The impact is totally different. You are able to double up your money. Increasing your financial knowledge also means that you know how to make your money work harder for you. This is a lifelong skill that nobody really teaches it in school, which I applaud you for coming to this channel to learn too. So in conclusion, working on all these 5 foundational steps will make a difference to your financial trajectory. Work on your income, focus on growing it, investing 30% of your income regularly, making it a habit, and making all your liquid cash work after you have set aside your emergency fund. A good ratio is to aim 50% of your liquid cash should be working. The fourth step, ensuring all risks are being covered. You won't be caught in a scenario that suddenly you have a big hospital bill to pay off and you have to pay it out of your assets. That is the last thing you want to do if you are trying to build wealth. And the last step, keep on working on your financial knowledge because knowing how to handle your own money is the key to financial independence and retiring early. So I hope today's video brought some thinking points to you, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the next video.